Hello.
Good morning. Oh gosh, it says 34 seconds already. What did it catch? Behind the scene talk or something.
I guess.
Oh, thanks for all the questions.
I got a lot of them off my site today.
Oh, this is kind of what we're talking about behind the scenes. Cece thinks he was an FBI informant, but not for Epstein, against the mob. So yeah, we were just talking about that. I think so too. And I was telling Nancy about a strange interview I seen 40 Felon 45 talk, and it was when the Mueller investigation started. And I remember him saying this in a video about how upset he was about them going against a deal, saying, we had a deal. You don't go against the deal. So it's like pretty strange.
Mm-hmm.
He's always got the tell. He always tells on himself, kind of. So, but I kind of agree with that he was given tips or something because, he was money laundering for the Russians and selling properties to them and a lot of bankruptcies. So this was probably early 2000s, it feels like, maybe before.
Mm-hmm.
That he had some kind of deal to keep him out of some kind of prison or something, or more trouble. Yeah, there you go, Stacey. There's always a kernel of truth in every one of his lies. Johnson saying he was an informant. Johnson just spews the lie to keep up the lie, to stay in the good graces.
Johnson doesn't want the list to come out of who's on Tinder. So I mean, guys.
That's good.
He'll say whatever will keep him and his son off of it since they monitor each other's pornography. That's why I can't believe who these people are monitoring their kids' pornography. And who's that means you're sort of saying, okay, go watch it. And I'm going to monitor, just make sure you're not seeing something better than I watch. I mean, what is this? I don't understand.
I know, right? Tinder, Grinder, whatever app there is for hookups. Oh, good Lord. Oh, let's start out with a political toss for the week.
Okay.
And then we'll get into questions to kind of give us an idea of what's going to happen in the week, and maybe you can get some energy focus there.
I thought I'd lost my cards, my normal deck, because I took it with me when I went to the hotel. Long story, guys, I had to flee my house. I didn't have a toilet that worked, and I didn't have an AC that worked, and I decided that's enough. I'm out of here. So got to go stay at a hotel for a couple of days. And I took my cards with me, and I packed them in my little backpack that I took with me. When I came home, I was unpacking it, and I could not find the cards. And I thought, I specifically thought I'm not going to take them out in case I lay them down somewhere and leave them. And I thought I'd lost them, so I was getting ready to order a new deck, but I was really upset because I really like the sack I carry them in. I've had that for like 10 years. And I said, I'm going to look one more time. And way at the bottom of the backpack, they were hiding. So I have my cards. I'm feeling whole.
Yeah, just an FYI, if anyone's from Missouri or Texas, check your Powerball tickets.
You got half of it.
You got half if you're some lucky winner from Texas or Missouri. Yeah. Okay.
Well, something's over. I got 2 10s. And when 10s show up in a reading, it means things are getting done. Things are getting finished. And this one is, with the this one's the family. And this one is things are getting cut apart. And and it's got to do with the besieged King of Wands sitting in the middle, who can't tell a straight story no matter how hard he tries. Can't make a deal, can't get anything to work. And his messages are just going nowhere. But we can't boo him when he tells us something we don't like now. We're not supposed to boo him. That's rude.
Yeah. Unless, has anyone seen, there was an article, I think it was Axios, but cables went out to the U.S. Open because 45 is supposed to go there.
Mm-hmm.
The moderators or the announcers are supposed to drown out any booing that goes on. So it's illegal to boo the Mad King right now.
I don't think you can block booing from. I used to work in sound and editing films and stuff, and there's ways you can block out sounds. During the women's speaking out, the victims and accusers of Epstein that were in the park, they did a flyover. They tried to drown them out with jets. And the network was like, idiots, we can block that sound. So that's why he doesn't want any booing. His trick didn't work, but he wants to stop us.
Okay.
What you got for the week, Scott?
So I got the 8 of Raphael, 2 of Ariel, Page of Ariel for the first 3. There's something coming up with the 8 of Raphael. That 2 of Coins is going to be how to balance this new information coming out.
It's going to come out really fast if it's the 8 of Raphael.
Right. It's fast, knowing what to do. And then it's going to be a 10 of Michael, which is 10 of Swords situation. So you said you got a 10. Here's an ending of a situation.
I got a 10 of Swords too.
It's going to be powerful information with the Ace of Coins. And then the Page of Gabrielle.
Page of Wands, yeah.
Yeah, Page of Wands. There's going to be new opportunities. My outcome is you had that King of Wands too. I did too.
Yeah.
This feels like Epstein's lawyers, or I mean the victim's lawyers. Like a man that's bringing out powerful information or inspired. Going over materials with 6 of Coins and the sun. Everything comes to the surface. Wonderful times. On the bottom, I've got the Hype's Priestess. So there's secrets being revealed here. It seems like an informational week.
And it's more than informational. I got that it's Trump. It's really Trump they're going after. And they can't put the puzzle. They can't put the Humpty Dumpty can't put the egg together again. I also got the 8 of Wands when I asked if it was Trump quickly.
Good.
Because Congress realizes what it's up against, and it wants to walk away as fast as it can from the long-term damage of this. It can't balance it, and Trump can't find the right people. This is the 5 of Pentacles. He's been looking for the right people to accept him, and he can't get out of it. At first, I thought it might be RFK, but I laid him, and I go, unfortunately, that piece of crap is going to hang around. But it's Trump. Something's going to come out about Trump this week. I mean, not just the stuff we see on ground news or Midas Touch, but really, this is going to hit him.
Is Orange breathing? I think he is not. Yeah,
No,
it's him.
It's him.
To me, it doesn't feel like it was him that came out in the weekend for those fake photos. That did not look right at all. But
I didn't look at him.
But yeah, he's still kicking. Where is that comment? Oh, Pegasus wanted this one since we're on the talk of that. So the AKA Katie Johnson lady,
Hmm.
I don't think she will. This was the 13-year-old that,
No, they threatened her family so deep, and they did something that scared her so bad. And it's her whole family that's under the gun.
I don't think so, but let's see what the cards say.
Okay.
Or I'm gonna anyway.
Hi, Gigi.
Good morning, Gigi. She's got a family. She's walked away. Worried about more threats. She does have information that would be powerful, better angels, but hmm. My final cards say I think she's been talked to about doing it.
I get yes. I get son. She did not plan to do this. She's fought it and fought it and fought it. But then her out cards are 10 of Cups. She's made the transition, the change, and she wants to control her own world. There's now enough of them that she thinks she can do it.
Yeah, it's in the debating stage. I'm getting she's been contacted. But my outcome cards are coins, bring in information, page of wands is speaking, and then travel with the chariot.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible. She may feel safe enough now. There is that worry, but like you said, I think because here's that collapse worry with the 5 of coins, but with strength and Knight of Cups, it feels like there might be enough support now. It's crazy.
Or maybe the person in her family that didn't want her to talk finally has said, look, they're going to hold us forever no matter what. So we need to.
Yeah, I think she's married, got a family now.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always that protection and worry. Crazy.
Crow ass backwards said it's his birthday today. Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Jeff.
65. He's old.
I didn't know Katie had a Wikipedia. Crazy, the information about it. Okay. Question on your community post, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Or something? MTG, what's her game? Was she whitewash everything? Wrong mind. Okay. Yeah, what's MTG's game about the JE victims?
I think I think all of us knew the kid in the 4th grade that you couldn't trust because they'd slap their own face and tell the teacher you did it. That sums that woman up completely for me.
Okay. MTG, what's your long game here? MTG, what's your long game here? Okay. I get she doesn't want to be fooled here because I think the information out there is pretty strong.
Mhm.
She wanted to kind of stand on the right side of these victims a little bit here. She's got strength, page of coins, so new information, and 10 of swords. So I think she's believing the victims here. Moving forward, the Emperor, so I'm going with 40, felon 45 here. Knight of Swords and 9 of Cups. So celebration. The bad information, I don't see a celebration here. That Knight of Swords cancels out a celebration because he's.
Mhm.
So eventually something bad's going to come down on the Mad King. There are alternative motives here. She's going where the wind is blowing. Hangman, 8 of Wands, and the Moon.
Mhm.
So it feels like she's just going where the moon is or the wind is blowing right now. There is a dark agenda with the moon. Outcome is Ace of Swords, 5 of Wands, trying to battle the information that's coming out. Chariot and 2 of Pentacles. The information's coming out no matter what, and in whatever delay or timing. But I think the biggest thing in my toss is that she's just going where the wind blows. She sees the wind blowing her politically this way right now.
Mhm.
So she's just being a sense of reason. But from whatever information she's seen or gotten, she's currently on the right side of history.
Mhm.
So that's why she's flowing. On the bottom, I get the world. So there's going to be a culmination of everything that's been going on here.
Yeah. My two end cards. After I'm going to go. The other stuff all sort of lays together. She's built a really bad foundation for herself. She's built with the wrong actors, and she just wants to end up back in her own little garden, safe and secure. And I don't think she can do it. And she's in a hurry to do it. So. It's kind of a mess.
Yeah, I wouldn't really trust her, but at this current time, she is on the right side. Ian says, got a feeling in the near future a video will surface with felon 45 and children. Yeesh.
That's another one I won't have to watch.
Yeah.
But thank you, Ian.
What? I haven't heard anything about Julian Assange. He's back in the picture. We'll look at that maybe later.
I'm getting a blank on it. I'm getting like.
I didn't know he testified. I never heard a boo about that, or even why he would. Okay. Starred Mickie Sherrill. Let's go there. Something better.
Governor for New Jersey. Yeah, our beloved governor, they want to change our state from, we've always had open primaries where they had, each party had their own primary, but you could vote in whichever one you wanted, but you could only vote in one. And all of a sudden, the Republicans want there to be closed primaries and you have to be registered before you can go vote. You think they do not want Dems voting for the worst possible candidates they could ever possibly put up? They've tried this before. It's way too close. They already have published the rules and everything's out on what you're running on. So I don't know what they're doing. Of course, we also don't know what districts we're running in. It's a lovely state to live in.
Earth Mama says she's going to win. She's up by 87%. Holy Jesus. I wouldn't know why New Jersey would want to go Democrat, but okay. Mickie Sherrill.
Yeah, I see a whole lot of it's yes. I get a yes, 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 yes. And it's because they want to leave the devil behind them. So, and it's going to be a tower moment for the state. What you get?
I don't know if I shuffled wrong or what. Just everything seems weird here. This doesn't feel right. I think maybe I was talking. The main cards were like 3 of coins, death, and something else. Didn't make any sense. Happens once in a while when I'm not concentrating and I'm reading and talking.
Yes, which we tend to do in this show.
Polls show Sherrill with 7-point lead. Okay. Do this quick again. Mickie Sherrill. Mickie Sherrill. Guides show me she's probably going to win by like 10 or 11%.
Mm-hmm.
I asked for a number.
Yeah, I see a double-digit win, but I see a lot of double-digit wins that are going to shock people.
Empress, Queen of Cups, and 10 of Wands doing the hard work. Yeah, this looks a lot better. You're right. It's going to be a hard-fought race, though. But in the end, I think she wins.
You know, it's hard enough to run a race when you know you just have to run on the stuff you can see. But when you have to think of all the sneaky bad shit crap they can do to you behind the scenes, it's even worse.
Watch how Raskin and Moskowitz reamed out Assange's ass over his corrupt conduct. Asked him about the meeting with Trump. Something else free speech. Okay, then.
Well, you know Julian's lying because his lips were moving, so let's just move on.
Fallout of the Hyundai raid.
I'm going to ask if there will be any. They tried to pull the same thing here in Austin. They built a big Hyundai plant, and they got Texas to give them all of these rebates and things to draw the plant in. And the thing was, they were going to be hiring a lot of workers. Well, the week before the plant opened, 4 big jumbo jets landed from South Korea, and they dispatched all these workers to apartments that had been bought by the same people that owned the plant. And they filled the whole plant up with nothing but South Koreans. And I know one of the lawyers that sued, saying that they had violated all the things they'd said in open meetings about how they were going to run the place. And they ended up having to pack them back in the jumbo jets and fly back to South Korea and hire people from here. So Hyundai, I don't agree with how they do it. I don't agree with raiding the place when you let them walk right in.
So I get bad judgment for rating this place.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a King of Swords, someone within DHS, Holman, whoever, acted quickly with the Knight of Wands, and then we got a Tower with a failure. What they think they're doing right with the Knight of Cups. Then we get a Five of Coins, so there's going to be money issues here, and then sadness and loss. So they think this is a good thing, but it's going to create a sadness and loss.
I can tell you what it's best for. It was the easiest number for Stephen Miller to find. There's a whole plant full of South Koreans. Thousands. So go get them.
Okay.
They think they're showing strength, and they're actually showing evil.
Yeah, I don't think this turns out well for 45.
And I think it's really bad with the international business community.
My last cards were like my Hermit card, King of Coins, and Five of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
So there's conflicts, arguing, financials, and then my Hermit card, more of them is hiding out or mistake card, looking in the mirror. So this makes me feel like it's a stupidity. And then you're turning on South Korea too, and then saying they're investing 500 million in whatever billion into the United States, and then they raid a company.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not a good thing. There will be fallout. And you just can't replace 400 workers that quickly.
Well, it's electrical vehicles too. It's EVs.
Right. Late husband worked for South Korean motorcycles. They couldn't care less. Well, the politician Tory Branham that called in the raids. Oh yeah, I didn't listen to it, but I seen she had a. Was on the news talking about it. So she's the one that started it all.
It said, "Go there. It's all full of foreign workers."
Yeah, some blonde politician. That's a district over from where the plant was, but pretty close.
They said to win his U.S. Senate seat.
I don't know. The video I seen, it was a blonde lady.
Okay, let's see if a politician did this to try and move their race.
Will that politician have repercussions, let's say? Thank you.
What?
Support your local tarot reader.
Yes.
Blessings. Will that politician?
It may have been what they thought they were doing, but it's not going to work. It was a really poorly thought out. They pissed off all the other politicians above them.
For some reason, it doesn't feel like it's going to affect that race.
I don't think it affected the race. What I think it did is it pissed all the politicians off that are around them. The people that had helped negotiate the deal and were getting money from the plant owners, those guys.
Yeah. District 12 in Georgia. She's horrible, according to Oxford Cat. Sounds like it. I'm getting financial deals, maybe fundraising off of it. A little bit of conflicts with the Five of Swords, but everything else feels like no real
Big
bad
yawn.
because it's like this is what we voted for kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I get the spy in the camp with the Page of Swords, but it's all being a politician or getting financial blessings from it. So yeah.
Where we go to next? Want to go to Ohio's governor?
Start. Okay. Where was that one?
942.
Can't remember who it is. I seen a clip of the person running as a Democrat. I think it was a female running.
Do they already know who's running? They don't have a primary or anything?
No, that's in 26.
Okay.
Ohio, but I seen she had an excellent video about her.
Okay.
Her running.
Okay. I hope you live in Ohio, and I hope this is what you want, because I see people in Ohio want a friendly state back. They want to get the stench of J.D. Vance out of their state. There are some ways that the Ohio Democratic Party is not ready for the race it's going to have to win, but it's going to win. Got the Ace of Wands, got new ideas and things coming in. And as hard as the Republicans are going to cheat against them, and you're going to find all kinds of cheating, that's Seven of Swords time, the Dems are going to roll in and win. With the Chariot, it's my bunny deck.
Cool. Well, Sherrod Brown's running again.
Yes, he's going to win. I know everybody thinks he's threatened, but I think he's not. I think people are tired of hearing their state referred to as where you go to get cats and dogs on your menu, you know? They had that city where they said they were eating their cats and dogs.
Springfield, yeah. There is great energy right now. It's a matter of being able to hold it, because a lot of voters, unless they're dead set, vote on their current situation around the time of voting. Too many people have too many short memories, but I do have the Knight of Wands, the Chariot, but still evaluating the situation. So she's got good movement. People do want change. So I mean about changing minds is because of they're currently in the sadness point.
Mm-hmm.
And then moving forward, I get the possibly changing of minds. That's the thing I'm worried about. But I do see her winning and Ohio going more Democrat at the current moment.
Yeah.
Because I get the transition to a different time. They want a death, an ending, and then here's my Democrat card.
Yeah, on the bottom of my deck was Six of Wands, riding in victorious. That's
Bottom of my deck is the female,
good.
the Queen of Wands. So the current energy is yes, a female will take the governorship.
Very good.
It seems like enough people are hurting. It's just It's that you got to get in that memory complex, you know. Because
I don't know what it looks like where y'all are, but supposedly Texas is supposed to be in this. If you read we're in this grand renaissance and all these people are moving in, all these jobs, companies are moving all these big things in. I went into a restaurant I've been going to for one form or another of the same restaurant for over 30 years. And I went there trying to waste time so I didn't have to come home till I found out if my house was fixed. And it's a big restaurant, and it's a real Southern hometown cafe kind of place. And normally it's full, and it's full of people my age, and it's a great place because it's got good old greasy Southern food. It's where keto goes to die. And I walk in, and there was one table that had a person at it. And I was the second person. Needless to say, I got great service. They had a lot of stuff. I was talking to the waitress. I said, "What's going on?" And she said, "It started about 2 weeks ago. People just aren't showing up. And we're supposed to be where everybody's feeling so happy and secure, so give it up." The question is, will SCOTUS ever pay? Because you got to repass that whole name thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess Amy Conjob Barrett says the court has done nothing to increase the political turmoil.
I think she should have stopped at nothing.
Pretty much. So she was defending the current climate. It's like nonsense. Okay. Okay.
We can't say, we know in 100 years they're going to pay because history books will be written. But do we put a time limit on this? Like there's something going to happen in the next year, 6 months?
Next 3 years, I'm going to go.
Okay.
With the current, with the current Republican in charge.
Wow.
SCOTUS.
They're going to have, this is the Two of Cups. They're going to have a meeting with some people, and they feel like they're the magicians. But I asked if there's going to be change. And yes, there's some sunlight that's going to shine into the court. And then I was like, well, what's going to change? And it's their liars are going to be gone. The Knight of Cups can also be the card of the liar, the deceitful person. And their goals are going to get shot down. So I'm going to put those two cards out and see if it's Thomas or the other. I'm going to see if it's going to do something about the super Catholics.
Morning, Steve. Yeah, I seen South Park again. It was hilarious. Satan is pregnant with Felon 45's child.
Oh, really?
And Fox News is all excited that 45's been diddling Satan. So yeah, they're coming up with good ones.
Yeah, all the bad judges are going to go away in the next 3 years. I got a yes on them.
Oh, good.
All going bye-bye. So what do you see? I'm happy. Don't say bad things.
In the past position, I get they're just being lazy.
Mm-hmm.
The Four of Cups, my Hermit, and Ace of Coins. Lazy prosperity, doing things that politically charged, but
Mm-hmm.
looking in the mirror, my hermit's kind of like a disaster kind of card. You made mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Moving forward, yes, is going to be a new path. I get two of the worst cards, the Tower and the Ten of Swords together.
Yeah.
The new path is going to cause quite a disruption in the next 3 years. Democrat turnover with the Death card, and then new life with the Page of Cups. So expect changes. Bottom of my deck, I got my angels and intuitional love.
Good.
So the universe is going to change to a better for the
But
card.
only if we change along with it. We have to hold.
So that would assume there's going to be a downfall of this current administration
Mm-hmm.
to happen. And I do believe it's going to happen.
I do too.
45 is no way going to make it very long. I think it's coming up soon, possibly this month, but 6 months to a year at the most. Medically speaking. Yeah. Fox News should have said, Satan, you need to get an abortion. That would have really charged that South Park. April 2026 is significant for Peter Thiel, these bad actors. Astrologically tough for them. Okay. Let's go with will the dark money. So April 26th, there's probably primaries then.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go with will the dark money affect the primaries? And if you haven't seen these special elections that have been going very high.
Scott's frozen.
I'm
Okay, you're
frozen.
back. Yeah, you were. You got frozen on high.
If you've seen these special elections, everything's been trending 15 points higher towards the Democrats.
Mm-hmm. Even in very Republican areas, which is why the Republicans want to change the primary rules in Texas, because Democrats aren't stupid. When Hillary ran against Obama, Rush Limbaugh came up with this great idea that all the Republicans should go vote over in the Democratic primary and give them Barack Obama, not Hillary Clinton. I think that's what his plot was. I can't remember. There was some name for it. I was too busy trying to get Obama elected to care about it. But anyway, people said, oh, there was no effect from that. Well, 2 years later, I had to go through and summarize out voters and then go look at their voting history and then see their giving history, because I had a bunch of candidates that wanted to approach people that had voted in the Democratic primary. To make a long story short, there's 15% of them that I could track where they had given to Republicans primarily before.
Mm-hmm.
So nasty, troubled voting in primaries can give you problems. Although Obama won in those areas. So what are we asking? What's going to happen in April 2026?
Yeah, with these dark
money guys?
Yeah. In the past, there has been that infusion of money into our government processes. Knight of Coins, Ace of Swords, and the government institutions. It could be the dark money infusion, but It's there. So then I get the bad actors will continue to do what they do. With the Chariot, King of Swords, Six of Cups. So that's a continuation. They're going to try to infuse like, oh, you know what's April next year? Another Wisconsin Supreme Court race. Wonder if old Elon's going to come back with his millions to try to turn it.
Elon's laying low.
Yeah, but our most corrupt Wisconsin SCOTUS is this Bradley woman. She's terrible, just horrible. She's not running. She's getting out while the getting's good. But in the end, I get the Ace of Wands, positive energy forward and power. People uniting with the Four of Wands, and these people are going to be shut out with the Eight of Swords.
So basically what I got.
So basically, they're still going to try, but they're going to be shut out by the people.
Yeah, I have that the Knight of Wands is going to ride in and try to be helpful. There's a lot of personality involved with this, but the biggest thing is that those who thought they had the strength don't have the strength anymore. They don't know how to pull the levers to get what the response they want.
Yeah, they just don't go away. They're not going to go away until they realize the people have the power and not them. Okay. Invasions. They keep talking about it.
They're just talking about it. They're having a hard time getting soldiers to go along with this. And I know soldiers go where you send them, but.
Yep, and they got the appeal about the California loss. It felt like they were going to just threaten until they got a positive outcome from SCOTUS or whoever the next is in the California case. It's still open to do what they want, but it's on appeal.
If I were going to invade Chicago, I'd do it quickly. Boston's also very cold. And the soldiers are going to pull her all out of the South. So we're going to have a Kent State. We're going to have a Kent State before it's over.
Oh, I don't want to hear that.
It's what I saw the first thing when they started doing it was I was 19 when that happened. Can't believe we're stupidly going back into the same agenda.
Okay, are they going in?
I'm going to ask if they're going to go into either one.
Okay. The betrayal conflicts, walking away, and then orders. So that's in the past. So they currently had to walk away because of the order. I think that's for the Supreme Court order. And my strength card, Page of Wands and Six of Cups. That gives me the feeling of what I just said. They're just spewing and talking. The Page of Wands is that speaker. And continuing to show strength, like this is what we can do. Outcome. Will they do it?
I got no.
I don't think so. But my last three are kind of wishy-washy.
My last card's Temperance. And that's before that, they have the Nine of Swords over their heads.
Worried,
and they don't have the preparation to do it. They don't have the spirit of the people that they're asking to do it. And soldiers just don't want to walk into it. But what I see from And their intent is, this is Trump every time you mention going in and hitting in a Democratic city. Look at his little starry eyes. Oh, yeah, let's go do that. But then there's others who are like, how can we defend this? How can we justify this? They can't. And they really can't get the military to go there.
Yeah. So I get the 9 of coins. That's that balance card.
Right.
And then I get the moon and Knight of Swords. So it's like you're saying, the military card struggling with this, and they want balance.
Mm-hmm.
But this can also be read like, yeah, bring it on. We're going to do it in the dark of night in secret. Bring in the military. It could be read 2 ways here. But I'm leaning more towards your way that
it's his wet dream, but nobody else wants to go along and play.
Yeah, I really don't see it happening, but it depends on the appeal of SCOTUS. So they're just going to talk. We're going to bring it down. But if they get, SCOTUS says, no, you can't do it because of posse comitatus and all of that, then they're just going to shut it down. So it feels like they're just going to yap about it. And meanwhile, who was it? Texas or Louisiana or some other state sent a couple hundred troops to DC to do nothing. So there was like 5 or 6 red states that sent a couple hundred there. Thank you, Michelle. Bless you. So yeah, crazy. Yeah. So now our government has a plan to ship them to a different country. This poor man is being.
Where's where the hell is that? Uganda, I understood where that is, but
I don't know. This is another plan they got him.
he's going nowhere, guys. Because the last judge said if he leaves this country, you're in trouble. That we're going to come get the lawyers bringing the case in. They're running out of people that will carry the paperwork in.
I just can't believe they can just throw this out there like that. Oh, we found another place we're going to ship them to. This poor guy is just viewed as being used as such a pawn. No, I don't think he's going anywhere.
Mm-mm.
With those cards, no. Feels like there's an order there. What? LA gangs called a truce and joined forces to combat ICE.
Well, they said that the separation would bring us together, so I guess.
Crazy. Oh, I know, right? We need to deport Holman, Miller, and Noam.
It's true. There's a lady who put a question in here asking for what is the best grid for you at this point, and the best grid for you is the best grid for you, and that's something you have to do with personal energy. I can't do a reading here and say everybody needs to get this grid. It doesn't work out.
Yeah,
Swaziland.
Each one of your grids is tailor-made.
Every one of them is tailor-made. So what you can do is look through the crystals and find out what energy you're looking for, get a couple of those together and see how that works for you.
Oh, good Lord. As you said, it used to be Swaziland. They've shipped people there already. It is taking them out in the middle of the night before the courts can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Judges got to get serious and throw some contempt down.
Oh, Is that true that Trump, some appointee wants to make selling body parts legal to pay debts?
I didn't hear that.
1047. I have not heard. We'll look that one up and we'll bring it up next week, Taro.
I mean,
they do enough crazy shit without making stuff up that's even stranger. Thank you.
Yeah, they make it. You can go on these search any of these Republicans states, and they bring up some crazy bills up.
Mm-hmm.
I heard one a week or two ago. I cannot remember what it was, but I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Nonsense.
Anything to distract us. Remember that if it's distracting you, what you know really is hurtful, then it's just a distraction.
Okay. Is felon 45 going to attack any countries?
No.
Like Venezuela, Mexico, whatever, over the drug cartel thing.
When he attacks drug dealers, he attracts our own big banks, you know. They have to get their money moved around somewhere. And, you know, it's like they always say, why did you go rob a bank? Well, that's where all the money was, you know.
They're definitely testing it in Venezuela.
That's because they don't like the guy who runs Venezuela.
Well,
and that's because there's oil off the coast of Venezuela. And Scott, you are of an age. Well, no, you're not. That was why we ended up in Vietnam, is because they thought there was oil off in that Gulf. As soon as there wasn't oil there, they couldn't figure out a way to get us out of there fast enough. I hope that dog's on your end, or I've got a dog in my house.
Yeah, there's 2 dogs here that kind of babysitting again.
Yeah, he wants to wave his little sword around. But there's enough people around him that are afraid of it that I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's a yes and a no. He wants to. There's others who are saying, no, you can't. So.
Yeah. So I got the 7 of Cups magician and 8 of Cups in the past. And so I think they just want to make things go away.
Mm-hmm.
Try to be this master of all and just throw some illusion at it. Like,
mm-hmm.
You know, like just putting troops close to make them back away kind of feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So then I gets wanting of resources. 10 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Something about salvaging or wanting with a 5 of Cups in between those two. So it's like thinking that you have resources that should be yours, like you're losing out on money. It's kind of going in that normal mindset of a felon. Then waiting because it's not legal. So Queen of Swords, 4 of Cups, and 7 of Pentacles. Establishing resources, waiting for... The 4 of Cups is always like my waiting card, thinking about things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for an offer. So showing strength to wait for an offer. It's kind of like the way they're doing the tariffs, you know?
Yeah.
We're going to slap all these tariffs on you unless you give us a deal. So it feels like the same thing. Ace of Swords and the outcome. Double-edged sword, looking for that victory. King of Cups. A better king will arise. Balance and the Star. So no. There will be no attack. Better heads will prevail. The last 4 cards are all about balance and hope and brightness and better leaders. So I don't see it coming to a fruition of any kind of war on cartels in other countries. It's more of a, instead of actually talking to people, they're using strength and military might as a weapon. Okay. See numerous questions about RFK.
Yeah.
Clear. Charge that out. Get some good energy in there. RFK. The Caveman Club. Oh, Rose.
I'm in Florida. Man, if I lived in Florida, I'd be moving out of that state so damn fast.
Oh, that's right. I hope I starred that. I seen that. Ask about.
That's kids. That's killing children.
And other people.
Mm.
RFK. Future of RFK Jr. Show me RFK Jr.
Oh, he's on his way out, according to my cards. And they're kitty cards. I got the Three of Pentacles. He's still trying to work with his people, but they're starting to understand that the population is not accepting it. And there's someone young who's nipping at his heels. And there's a Queen of Pentacles who's really about to speak out against him. I mean, on their side. And then the judgment's going to come. He's going to get called out for all his bad acts. What was it? 10,000 or 10,000 HH human services employees yesterday signed a petition to throw him out because what he's saying is so insane.
I seen there was letters. I can't remember the number, but yeah. Unfortunately, my cards don't show him going away. I did have a Queen of Coins like you did, speaking out, trying to undo damage. But I don't have any devil or anything coming in. I have Queen of Wands. I think I need to grab a different deck and ask. Because I do have the argument card within the government about him, or in his position. The female that was fired, I think, might be speaking more or something. Can't remember if she's suing or not, but there's a lot of conflicts here. What just popped in my head is that he may be reassigned, like everyone else.
Instead of become the ambassador to
right.
Eswatini, whatever that country was. Used to be Swaziland.
I'm going to try a different context.
They could make him the ambassador to the Vatican. I know he's Catholic.
King of Coins, Tower. Okay, yeah. There's going to be a tower there. And arguing about where to go, then an offer to go somewhere else. Yeah, things get better with the Six of Swords. Offer to go somewhere else. Whistleblower speaking out against him, and then good news. So yeah, that's where I think it's going. Because I'm asking, is he leaving? No, I'm not getting a leaving. But movement to an ambassadorship, something, yeah, there's the tower coming on him. That's why I think the cards weren't showing me him leaving. It's more like, okay, go away and be an ambassador some strange land of Czechoslovakia or something. There's an opening for Saudi Arabia. That big news of if what's his name, the New York governor was going to be not governor,
Cuomo?
the New York, not Cuomo, the current mayor of New York.
Oh, Adams.
Adams, yeah. There was speculation his press conference he was going to resign and be the ambassador to Saudi Arabia.
Ah,
But he said, no, I'm staying in the race.
good. You want to do who's going to win the race in New York, or we want to wait till it's a two-person thing?
I think Mondami is going to be fine. The other two are crazy. Adams, and no one likes Cuomo. We can wait on that. I don't think I didn't see a question about it, but
There was somebody put in there, was Mondani going to win?
no, I didn't start and see it, so
It's okay. Because they didn't put it in all caps, Celtic Seer.
it depends. It depends when I capture it.
I understand.
Don't always see them all. Okay, we did that one.
Man, you guys are asking about specific districts and specific states. Thank you. No offense. Virginia is a very important state, and what happens there this year is very important.
Yeah. Usually, you can get a feel on what's going on in the country with Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
It's generally Democratic, but it can tell you the temperature of the country, especially in the off years. Okay. I guess I missed that question you talked about.
About the governor? About the mayor?
No, there was another one before that. I thought I started, but didn't get it. It was about Florida.
Rose Blue, if you hit, I'm putting a comment up. If you hit it, you can buy us a cup of coffee. It says Nancy Jean's Garden, buy me a cup of coffee. If you click on that, it'll take you to a place. You buy us a cup of coffee, and I'll send Scott the cash.
Thank
you to everybody who's contributing. You have no idea.
Bless you, Janie.
We don't beg all the time, but
yeah, if someone can put up that question again about Florida vaccines, just so we can have something to focus on.
They didn't. I said it.
I know. I thought I seen another one that someone asked about the Florida Attorney General and the vaccines and how it affect people. Okay.
No,
anyway,
we're not blocked on YouTube, Rose Blue. We're not. Because other people are putting things in. I don't know what's going on. And it could be you're on a phone. Some things don't work as well on phones as they do on computers. So, Rose, save your money for your family reunion.
Yeah, always take care of self first.
Yes.
I donate to causes when I can.
And I appreciate everybody who helped out with my GoFundMe, except that the person who's watching over the GoFundMe and was taking care of it hasn't sent me the list of your names. But I have a lovely thank you note written that will go to everyone when I get it.
Okay, Michael Bennett, 2026. Michael Bennett.
What state is he in?
Colorado.
Okay.
He's currently a senator.
Oh, that's why I knew the name.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. There's not even a question in my mind. I got five yeses.
That's good news.
I got the Four of Pentacles. He's held on and he's waited his time to do this. He's so set up in that state, it's unbelievable. He's on the Wheel of Fortune. I don't know what his chart looks like, but it must look good. He's moving faster than the Republicans ever thought he could. And it's because Republicans are building themselves towers to fall off of. So he's fine.
I don't know. It's so weird. I mean, my outcome is yes, but it seems like every election, I think just the craziness of the Republican Party and how they play dirty and the lies, and it always comes up in the cards. It's like, oh yeah, this is looking good, and then there's like a 3 of Swords, and then there's a 5 of Cups or something, or a bad Hermit card, and it's like, oh, I got to fight now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the outcome is Chariot. He takes it, and then I got this 9 of Coins, the Sun, but then I got in the middle of 5 of Cups, the loss. So it's like we got victory here, but then there's this conflict, you know.
Thank you, Carolyn.
It seems like every time I try to toss,
thank you. Everybody found the stickers.
Thank you.
And thank you, Janie de los Santos.
Is it? Bless you, Carolyn. Jean. Or maybe it's on your end. Maybe they're having problems with yours because they're on my channel here with the stickers.
That's because we're on your channel, Scott.
Well, yours is streaming too.
I know, but it we'll see.
I don't know.
I set up my buy a cup of coffee and I need to get it over so it's permanently on my channel, but it's not there yet.
I mean, we've seen that before because you're streaming, I'm streaming. And we looked at who donated to what channel, you know, so. But yeah, anyway, it looks good for Mr. Bennett. The way Mr. Polis has been going in Colorado, I think they want to change.
Yes.
I think he's probably termed out or whatever, but he's been a weird Democrat lately.
This is an interesting one.
The closed meeting with the tech billionaires. Yeah, that was another weird one.
Mm-hmm.
They all praise them. Oh, we're going to give you a bunch of money. I mean, if I was Zuckerberg and worth $100 billion or whatever, I would not be going in and talking to a president and just kissing his butt. I mean, he has more power than 45 does. I mean, in a sense of business. I mean, yeah.
Well, Zuckerberg, when he shows up in Europe to talk to the European Union, he shows up in a suit. When he shows up to talk to the Senate, he looks like he walked off the tennis court. I mean, it shows you what he thinks of either side. I don't like Zuckerberg.
Well, I think it's because I think he has more power in the United States, and Europe has been trying to get to the bottom of things with misinformation and censor him. And
they've done it. One of the reasons our internet got screwed up was when they really hit the teenagers in Europe. They really started blocking them. All of them went and set their computers with VPNs, and they were sending all of their. If you looked at where it was coming from, they were supposedly connected out of the U.S. and they hit all the big, heavy U.S. hubs because they're not stupid. That's where the better connections were. And my child that works in computer security said everybody saw this incredible influx of accounts coming in. And And I know all this is instantaneous and all that, but you put enough pressure on anything and it's going to slow down. So their stuff started slowing down. And I said, really? And she said, yeah, that much. So.
I think they're playing a game.
They're just trying to keep him from coming after them.
Yeah. I think they're just playing a game. They want all this nonsense to stop, basically, so they're playing a game. So, Page of Wands, here's your messenger, they're speaking, then Death card. They want this nonsense to end so there's better flow and energy with Eight of Wands about the industry and whatnot. It feels like they want to prevent any legal recourse. Hierophant, Nine of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. Just to have this one big party to avoid financial recourse. That's what it feels like.
Right.
Outcome, I get the World. Things better. A culmination, blessing, Knight of Swords. That's the Battle card, Four of Coins, and Six of Wands. You play the game, avoid the conflict, and everyone wins. So I think they're just playing the game until Felon 45 and this is all over.
Same thing with Department of War. I get the Fool upside down. That's just Trump's inflated sense of egos. He doesn't want to say he's defending us. He wants to say he's going to war for us, and we don't want him to. So, or I don't want him to. Personally.
You know, it's like Tim Cook of Apple. He has no reason to come in there and kiss his butt.
No.
But to try to stop any tariffs is a good reason to kiss his butt. You know. They just want their businesses better, so you kiss the Mad King's butt and then things get better. Okay. Oh wait. There it is. We're at almost 120, so I want to make sure I get that in. How is this vaccine change in Florida going to affect Florida and the United States, basically?
Yeah, because guys, it's one unvaccinated person can spread it to so many. Because vaccines only work if you understand the herd mentality, and you have to have a certain number of people if the vaccine really does work for them. And there's always going to be people who get vaccines and they don't work. It's like when I was a kid, if you got the 3-day measles, you'd never get them again. You got one round and you were done. I had the 3-day measles 3 times. So when I got pregnant, they ran, it's called a teeter test. They ran the test to see if I had the antibodies to measles, because if I didn't, it put my baby and me at much higher risk. And I had developed them. But when I was younger, I didn't have them. So I know all about vaccines and how they work because my body doesn't do them well. Okay. The middle card is the Ten of Swords. So it's indulgence, the Queen of Cups reversed, and temperance, not using good thinking. And then the other cards are the Six of Pentacles, that people are not thinking in their right minds. They're not sharing and giving with the best knowledge they have. And it's going to upset the Empress. So how will it affect us? And I grieve for the children. I suppose if you believe what we believe, if you believe you pick your own life, they chose to be born into a country where they weren't safe. But
Um,
yeah, somebody got chicken pox twice. That happens too.
in the past, I get the 4 1s. So that's community, judgment, and empress. It feels like the fight back about vaccines, but protection was still there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel with that. The current is a sense of loss and despair. So I got the 5 of Cups, Ace of Wands, 9 of Pentacles. So that's like what we created to give us balance is a emptiness of going backwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Moving forward, there's going to be some heartbreak. With the first stage, and then more people speaking out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still gonna speak out. This is like, I think it takes a while, right? It's going to take a while for this change, and not getting vaccinated. So in the meantime, there's going to be people speaking out about the potentials of this heartbreak, or what can happen. So it isn't like, oh, boom, today, tomorrow you're going to have major outbreaks. It's a long forward. So my outcome, I get things are going to get better. 6 of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
2 of Cards, juggling demands. The Devil, downfall, and then creating a lasting union. So before everything collapses and spreads happen, I think there's going to be a change.
Good.
This was built on what? How many years of the childhood vaccinations and whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
So if a child doesn't start getting their vaccinations, you're not going to see the output for 5 years.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a change before that happens. So I think that more information is going to come out about how a bad decision this is going to happen, and we will have a better government in place to stop that nonsense. And the Satan's only got what? A year and a half left?
Whatever it is, if it's 2 days, it's too long.
This is true. This is true.
Your dog's making other people's dogs bark.
Uh-oh, not good.
Uh-oh.
What's your... Personally, I don't really like that Virginia rule where a governor can only run 1 term.
You learn something, but see, right now, Abbott, I don't know how Abbott's still in office. They're only supposed to be able to do 2 terms. So they did it well. He filled in for Perry, then he ran for 1. Now this is the 2nd term, but they're still saying he's going to be allowed to be around. And I'm like, why?
But yeah, I don't know. Like Wisconsin has no term limit for their governor. It can be a blessing, and it can be a bad thing, but it's never hurt us in that respect because we're not as dark as Texas has been. If we don't like someone like Scott Walker, we boot him.
Yes.
And then we've had Tony Evers the last 2 times. And before Walker, we had a long-term Democrat. But making change in 1 term really doesn't happen. So, in my sense, I don't really like a 1-term possibility for a governor. But that's the way they do it. Okay. West Coast, Cali, Oregon, Washington. They're going to do a joint health group after that Florida nonsense came out. And with RFK.
It's not going to become necessary. What I got is it's responding to a fear of the devil and the evil that's out there. But they're going to be blocks that happen all the way along, but it's a timing thing. They're going to write out like the Knight of Pentacles and plan and try to get it done. But then it's never going to happen because enough people are going to see death to understand why they don't need it, because we'll be pulled back to a national norm.
It's my death card.
Rose Blue, the Texas governor, is not unlimited. There are term limits.
Wasn't Perry forever too?
No, it just seemed like he was there forever. He replaced George. He replaced George Bush, and then we had Rick Perry, and then Rick Perry went to D.C., and so then they put Abbott in, and then they said, "Oh well, that didn't count as a full term, although he was there almost a full term." So I elected him again. So this should be his. At this time, he should be out. Yeah, no, there are term limits. It's one of the only.
I know. Rose just Googled and said it's unlimited.
Well, they may have changed the law. This is the last time I ran a candidate. And that's true.
But yeah, I think you're correct here, because my change goes back to government Wheel of Fortune.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of a federal government Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Wands, back to established rules. But yeah, they just want to stop this chaos and transition from this disaster that would happen. Taking charge to stop the disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we're going to see changes before everything is.
Before everybody has to take extreme measures, and
Right.
I really want to see it do that, because I don't want us to get set into such high levels of regionalism that they want to split the country up.
Yeah, a lot of people did like Scott Walker at first, and then we figured out he was just a smooth talking a-hole like Felon 45.
The night he got elected the first time, Scott, I have a friend who lives in Wisconsin that I went to high school with. She called me in tears and said, "What can we do about this? This should never have happened." And her objection was he'd flunked out of college and he really hated universities. And so he took it out on the universities. I mean, he set up.
And unions.
I know.
Yeah. He was a bad dude. And then he posts on Facebook all the time on his page about biblical passages and whatnot. There was one more thing, and I can't.
While you're thinking of it, can I talk about my new fun thing?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Well, Jeff, I voted for him too. He had me fooled.
Okay. If you know Gail McLeod, you know her as Dr. Gail. And she has Skywalking with Moon. And she's the one who works with extraterrestrial. Here's her book, How I Learned to Fly a Spaceship. And you can get it from Amazon. You can get it on Kindle, which is less than buying the book on Amazon. And it's a lot of fun. It's like you're listening to her talk. It's not preachy. And she just goes through how she ended up flying with aliens. And she's working on book 2 about all the different alien races. But this is really about her own personal journey from being a licensed chiropractor and a registered nurse who worked on heart and brain surgery. I mean, she wasn't just a regular old registered nurse. And and it's how she's put science, spirit, and humanity in the universe. So if you want to know about how Dr. Gale became Dr. Gale, her book's out there. It's a good way to support her. She's up in Mount Shasta too. If you're not aligned to her channel yet, it's Skywalking with Moon, and she's doing some shows from up in Mount Shasta where she lived for a couple of years, and it's a lot of fun.
Good. Okay, this will be the last one before we give inspiration. Let's see the energy of why von Schützenpants leaves the people's house.
Who will be the reason?
Who or why, whatever comes up.
Okay.
Everyone always thought it's a woman. Maybe it's the Epstein ring. Or will it be his health? We do support each other, Jeff. Thank you. Okay. Who or what will take out von Schützenpants from her people's house? Guides, angels, cards.
I've got the King of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. And it's him. He takes himself out. He moves himself on. But when we get to that point, it's going to be the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. And I don't know who they are. I'm not getting an impression. Gavin Newsom's probably one. But
That's upsetting him.
he's got a bunch of young kids that do media that are doing the trolling.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's got to approve or say something because it comes back on him. A trans woman would be golden.
Yeah, but you can have great ideas and be old and not know how to put it into the language that they visually understand. What can I say?
Okay. Three of Swords.
It's his own heart. He's taking himself out.
I got some heart problems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's together with the Three of Cups and King of Wands. So the Three of Cups is some women celebrating in this card.
Mm-hmm.
And the King of Wands, what is that? Why are these together? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'll just set these aside. Go, keep going. Okay, King of Cups, Queen of Wands, and Temperance. King of Cups, Queen of Wands. It feels like multiple different people. It feels like lawyers and people. A lot with the Epstein stuff is going to really bring his heart down, worry and whatnot. So, and then we got Temperance, so it's just a waiting game of when.
Mm-hmm.
Six of Swords, Knight of Wands, and Eight of Pentacles. Health problems come when trying to move. Six of Swords is a movement, usually a boat or travel. Mm-hmm. Knight of Wands is more movement. Eight of Pentacles is my card of working on the body. So there's going to be an incident with some kind of movement. Outcome, more women with the Queen of Pentacles. So then we got anxieties. So I think women bring information out, brings them anxieties. And then again, we get more movement with a Chariot, trying to get a plane and whatnot. And then strength. So I think the information really gets to him about the Epstein files.
Mm-hmm.
And when there's some kind of movement in a car or getting into a plane or transferring in a plane, he has some kind of health event that gets him out of the people's house. So ultimately, it's his body, but the external forces create this anxiety. So this is what it feels like, Rose, that being on a plane or the anxieties of getting to a plane makes it fatal. Or worse enough where he's not around anymore. So in a sense, the women do bring him down. It's the anxieties of what's in the files of the women in the current state. They got nothing about voting. Yeah, my channeling I did many years ago did show something about getting on a plane and having a health event. So I always wonder if that's ever going to come true.
You saw what was going to happen, Scott?
Possibly. I'm keep waiting for it to happen. All right, inspiration for the week.
Okay.
Bring out your favorite card. What do we need to know? I'm going to grab the different deck.
I pulled out of the Sacred Forest, I pulled the Maple Spirit, which is generosity. And the spirit of the maple says, be open to receive the bounty of the universe. At the same time, be generous to others with yourself. The warmth of spirit radiates from you. Share your heart, receive from an open heart, and success will blossom. And I talked about this on a show I did earlier, but it's about we need to live with more glimmers. Glimmers are the opposite of triggers. A glimmer is a tiny little micro moment of happiness that's a sign of hope. Once you begin to look for them, they will start to appear everywhere, and they will be in the path in front of you instead of the triggers that make you go crazy. So don't tie to the triggers, look for the glimmers. And that's how we're going to make it through this next period, because, every time we use strong emotions that are negative, we instill more of that into the universe, and we don't want to do that. So, and before Scott starts this thing and tells you what a wonderful week we're going to have, I have David Johnson on Monday in the evening, because the evening here is 10 o'clock in the morning in Australia, where he's going to be talking from. And Wednesday, I'm having Tim Walter, who's a ley line and an earth healer. And he also does house healings and house clearings. He's very interesting. And they're going to be in my psychic profile. And I've already profiled Scott. And I'm holding Scott for a week when somebody doesn't show up.
Cool.
He said that's okay. And I probably will not have a show on Tuesday because I'm doing Monday and Wednesday. And also Wednesday, I'm doing a for real live reading with a family that's driving over from Louisiana, and they're going to meet up with me at my old wine bar where I used to read. And we're going to have an evening of me reading her and her family. And these people, it took them 2 months to talk me into this, guys. So we're going to see how it goes.
You know whatever happened to that? I don't know if it's the same guy, but you had on a couple times, I think.
Johan from South Africa. Yes, Johan he ran a media company, and he got into really having to run his media company and really having to work with his kids. And also he got a really strong kickback of some negative energy with the work he was doing. And I think that sort of slowed his boat. I have not reached out to him because the last time I talked to him, he was so spinning into his other life. And I felt like that's where he was supposed to go. But Johan was very fascinating. But he hasn't posted on Facebook that he's been out. And it may be the ley lines. He said he was pretty close to the end of his time of putting ley lines together. The problem is the ley lines that went away from Africa and under the sea across to like Australia, they were pretty messed up, and that's where he worked a lot, and that's very difficult terrain.
Yeah, I always wondered about him. I think I started following him on Facebook too, but I don't go on there very often to figure it doesn't come up. But I just always wondered how he was doing.
So what you got, Scott, for the week?
Yeah, the 3 cards I got were renewal, balance, and 7 of swords.
Great.
7 of swords is always that deceptive card, you know. You're not seeing things clearly, you know, you're running away from the facts. We always got to be aware of what's true, what's factual, making sure you're making the right choices. So when you renewal, this is number 20. Try to look for what's your best path, what's the best future, you know, so you're not being deceived, and then you can see your future better. You know, and then balance is taking every perspective you see and shining light on what's best. And there's never a time to rush into anything. Like I say, if you're buying a car, don't rush into judgment. You know, do your due diligence and make sure everything's proper, and check the hood and look underneath, and, you know, never rush into anything. So I think it's like talking about mostly don't rush to judgment on negative things that come out in the press, because there's always that slow time that'll get us back to normalcy before chaos happens.
And the message is getting out. It's, you know, we all talk to each other and we kind of think our community knows. But I went to the rock shop yesterday because I had 2 ladies who bought grids and I needed a couple more rocks. I found the most beautiful center stones. I found opalized clamshells, little tiny clamshells that are full of opal. It's just gorgeous. But anyway, long story short, I was talking to the woman who's been checking me out for years, and she goes, "What do you know about this great shift we're going through?" Now, this is amazing because she never talks to me about this stuff. And I said, "Why?" And she said, a lot of her customers who work with crystals, make jewelry, and do that sort of stuff were telling her that, did she feel the change? And she said, this time people come up, they talk to me about change. I'm like, yeah. But she said, this time she really feels it around her in her life. She feels it happening to everybody. And so that's an unsolicited, not getting it off YouTube and not from somebody who comes from you for card reading person saying, something's happening. So it's time for us to kind of pay attention.
Yeah.
Embrace your glimmers, because it's what we need to hold on to. It's what moves us for the next point.
Yeah, there you go. Make sure you're getting it right there. As far as cards go, I've made numerous mistakes by not looking underneath the hood, or looking underneath the car.
I always took it to my mechanic because I could look under there all day and I would not know what the hell was under there. So mine always went to a mechanic first.
But I'm better nowadays if I was looking for a used vehicle. Because I made the mistake of not looking underneath. Wisconsin, road salt, whatnot.
Oh, yeah, you got a whole nother set of problems.
A whole nother set of problems. And if someone didn't run through a car wash that had the underneath enough, you're going to have rusting brake lines and frame and a whole lot of problems.
Yeah, things that break here are the struts because our roads are so crappy.
I can see that.
Crap out of them.
At least that isn't terrible to fix, unlike a whole
if
fuel line and brake line and
something's completely rusted out. I know. I grew up in Chicago.
Or your fuel or your fuel tank falls off because the straps are broke from rust. So yeah, it's kind of like check out everything before you make your final decisions and insights, even politically, right?
Truss asks backwards, you're going into a 6-year, and it is a weird time, but it's a weird time of possibilities. And that's what we need to remember. It's not just that we're going into a weird time with a bunch of weirdos. We have the possibility to make it different.
Good. All righty. We'll say goodbye and sign off. And thanks for everyone joining us.
Thank you for inviting me, Scott. I appreciate it.
That's right. Blessings, everyone. Thanks again.
Bye.